Ryan, have you seen this? The current world population now has crossed the 8 billion benchmark. So 2 days ago, on the 15th of November of 2022, the world population crossed 8 billion people.
I know, right? I was seeing some of those headlines as the news was approaching, and it's hard to believe. You know, they said in 1950 the world's population was 2.5 billion people, and now today in 2022
Wow.
just crossed 8 billion. It's
so
remarkable.
In 72 years, it more than tripled.
Yeah.
Wow.
Staggering growth.
Of course. So tell us more about, you know, the stats of the realities of the world around us, and put the big picture before us, especially with regards to the immigration and to the displaced and to the status of people moving around.
With 8 billion people in the world, you know, the people are on the move a lot more. And people are the mega trends are that people are leaving the rural parts of their country and coming into the bigger cities.
Okay.
And so that's creating a unique subcultures in these cities. They're leaving the traditions of the rural communities, and they're starting to assimilate in different ways and blending in with other cultures. And so it's creating mega cities now.
Okay.
And so the trends are that the cities are a place where people are going to find work, to improve their lives, and to find a better way to provide for their families, especially. They can get work and find employment.
So the mega cities, because of the immigration from rural to urban, it says here that in 1900 London was the largest city in the world with only 5 million. Only 5 million.
Only.
Yeah. But now and today there are many more, to the extent that by 2030 we estimate there will be 43 mega cities. Each of them would cross the 10 million inhabitants.
Right.
This is just so remarkable.
Yeah, I think that what comes with this moving into cities too is language is changing as well. I think that it's English and Chinese will be the most spoken languages in the world as well.
So tell us more about the Chinese. It's evident that 22% of the world population now is ethnically Chinese, but many of Chinese are living outside of China.
That's right. I mean, it's hard to go anywhere in the world and not find people with a Chinese background.
Chinatowns.
They have Chinatowns
in major cities.
But they're also doing major development in different parts of the world, from sub-Saharan Africa to the South Pacific. They're very much involved in construction projects. They're building ports. They're building cities and roads. They're building high-rise, skyscrapers. So Chinese people are found all over the world, in Western Europe and North America, and down in Australia and in New Zealand as well.
Coming to the immigration trends, it is said here that the population projections through 2050 predict the addition of 100 million new immigrants to North America and 50 million to Europe. This is a remarkable statistic.
Staggering, isn't it? Yeah.
It's like nowadays the population of North America is maybe over 500 million?
Not quite, but yeah.
Almost?
Yeah, 350 million. Or I guess if you include
that's the US,
Canada as well.
Canada, but then Mexico.
Yes.
That would be almost half a billion.
Yeah.
If you add another 100 million, just immigrants.
Yeah.
Let alone, so demographics are changing.
The demographics are changing. And so is the political pressures as well. I mean, whenever a lot of people come into an environment, it disrupts what's normal. And so people are going to need to learn how to adjust to this new influx of people and cultures and languages and traditions.
So that's, these are kind of mega trends, but there's also an alarming and disturbing statistics about the slums, about the squatter areas.
Right.
You've been all around Africa and you've seen the slums. They say that still by 2050, 40% of all Africans will be living in slums. That's 840 million.
Yeah.
Globally, that would be 23% of the global population, all over the globe, not just Africa.
Yeah.
It's 2 billion in slums.
Right.
These are like unbearable conditions for human existence.
Yeah, I've gone into these sort of environments and got to meet some of the people that live there, and it's not something that you would think like, oh, I'm going to move to this city and I'm going to have a prosperous life. I mean, people go there to try and make money and to try to be able to support their family, but oftentimes when you move to a new city, you don't have the same opportunities, and you're looking for work, and it takes you a while to get on your feet, and sadly sometimes people never are able to transition out of that slum environment, and so they find a way to live there, and they permanently reside in those slums, and they'll have multiple generations of family members living in a slum.
It's a vicious cycle.
It's a vicious cycle. Yep. And people move into those places as well. They come, they're maybe in a war crisis area, or some natural disaster forced them to leave. They go to a country, they don't have the right types of papers in order to get jobs, to get health care, and so it's easier to kind of blend into those kind of slum areas without the right kinds of papers. It's the only option they have. Yeah.
And still, even within one country, it's from rural to urban, that might be the only option for them as well.
Exactly.
So there are major trends in the world. The world population is growing, the current trends of rural to urban immigration, inter-country immigration, and the language blocks are changing, the slums and housing issues, and immigrants. The church has to do something. The church has to be involved.
It's so true, yeah.
So we were contemplating a verse, Ryan, if you don't mind reading it, and encourage us as the church to take part of that.
Yeah, so we were talking about this verse from the book of Acts. It's found in chapter 17, starting in verse 26. And it goes like this, from one man he made every nation of the human race to inhabit the entire earth, determining their set times and the fixed limits of the places where they would live. So
God is in the background, even though they move into hard places. And maybe God is calling the church to act, take action, serve those in the slums, serve those immigrants coming in, serve the growing world population, because we are the hand and feet of God on this earth. And even though the mega trends are moving, God is also on the move. Keep watching, subscribe, and you will not just learn about the move, but learn of how to serve those in this world today, those people influenced by the mega trends in the best way. God bless you.